the future, and my next guest will share how her book provides a helpful and fun way for them to read and affirm themselves in who they are and who they were created to be. Joining us is self-published author and founder of Carter Creations Publishing House, Jessica K. Carter. Welcome, Jessica.
Hi.
I'm so glad you're here, and you are a busy mom, and you're working on a PhD.
I am.
And you started a publishing company, and you wrote a book.
I did.
And I'm sure there's so much more to add to that list, but tell us how this, first of all, let's talk about your kids. How old are your children?
My daughter, Jalea, she's 1. She just turned 1, actually.
Oh, little one. So one child.
Yes.
One child. So when you wrote and you decided to write this book, were you thinking of Jalea?
Yeah, when I wrote it, I definitely was in the process of finding a collection for her, and I didn't see anything I was necessarily fond of. So, you know, they say if you don't find what you're seeking, you create it.
Yeah, that's right. And that's true for a lot of different aspects of our lives. But in writing a book, not many people would think to write the book they can't find. But what was it that you were looking for her that you didn't feel was out there?
I wanted her to be able to identify with the characters, something beyond her looks, something beyond the superficial things that we talk about every day. I wanted her to have an opportunity to use her imagination and actually connect with her inner self in the process.
Okay, so give us more specifics. When you wrote ABC Affirmations About Me, which is going to be a series,
yes.
What did you want children to gain and learn from this book?
I wanted children to learn, first of all, positive qualities about themselves, just having a benchmark to go back to and reflect on for those days that are rough. You know, children have rough days as well. I wanted them to have something that they could take to heart and actually see themselves and aspire to be something greater.
Yeah, in the book, we looked at it a little bit before this interview, and it's just adorable, and it's filled with affirmations. So
yes.
What are some affirmations that children or anybody can say to themselves to remind themselves of how wonderful they are? Also, the illustrations are African American family and children.
Yes.
And is that purposeful, which I'm sure it was, but I want to hear more about that. And also, do you think any children reading this book would probably look beyond the illustrations and see themselves no matter their color? Is that your intent?
Well, definitely I would love for every child to connect with the characters. Juju, Wiz, Peanut, Dalila, and Cam, they're amazing. They each have specific characteristics that I think every child can identify with. For me, this book was, again, something that I could take to my daughter and other children in my family and whatnot, and show them that there's more out there that they can enjoy. Minority characters represent about 6% of characters in children's literature, so, you know, the other 94%, they're not there. And of those characters, are they positive? Are they someone of a professional setting that they can see themselves as when they become adults? And that's really what I wanted to do with this series. This is just a stepping stone, the affirmations, but we definitely want to produce more work where they can see themselves in different lights throughout the series.
So going from not finding a book on a shelf that you wanted for your own daughter to actually writing it, having it illustrated, and publishing it, that's quite a feat. And your daughter's only 1, so this must have happened pretty quickly, I would imagine.
Well, I definitely, it's been a process. I've been thinking about doing it for a long time, but once I actually got my own courage, I was able to make it happen. And
what took you, what did it take to get to that courage for you?
It took letting go of excuses, for one. After that, it was just her. After that, and I have another daughter. She's my guardian angel, as I like to call her. When you purchase the book, her name is in her dedication. And, you know, just knowing that every day I work for her as well. Yeah. I had to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. All right, stay with us at STL Live. We'll learn more about Carter Creations Publishing and Jessica's journey after this break.